Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about this question that I get inundated with in my inbox every week is, Candace, what do I do if I'm mad at God? Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the subscribe button in the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. This is a big topic. When you're on a spiritual journey and you start to realize that the real being you're angry at is someone you can't really talk to directly or see. You can talk, but you know what I mean. And that's God, or what some of you call the universe. You're mad at the universe. Why would the universe let this happen to me? Why didn't the universe make me strong enough to handle this thing that happened to me? I hear this a lot. It happens a lot when we start to find our true self after many, maybe months, weeks, or even years of trauma healing. And we find ourselves and then we get triggered back into the old shame identity. And we're like, why didn't God protect me from that? Why didn't God make sure I had the support I needed so I didn't fall back down? How is it my fault that I fell back down? Why, is there really even a God, Candace? And if so, why did he, she let this happen to me? And you start to question God and you start to not trust God. And then you start to actually look to people and externals even more, which creates that trauma again, right? Because when we look to people and things for a sense of identity, it's very insecure because people and things and opinions change. Things shift, people pass away, companies close, cars break down. Like, you can't really find your true sense of inner identity in things or status or accomplishments or opinions. So we must depend on God. So basically what you're saying is, how am I supposed to depend on God for my true divine reflection when God let me down? This is real. This happened to me. I call it the existential crisis in my book that is going to be out later this year. You have to check it out. The existential crisis is actually a chapter in this book. It's when you find yourself and then you don't know how to keep it. And you're like, what the hell? Why would God allow this? Where is spiritual law? This is what started me in my journey in my young teens, is figuring out how this all works, right? So I can thankfully describe it to others with some clarity. So this is what I'm going to say. It's not God you're mad at. It's a misperception of what you think God is. I had explained to a client the other day, she was like so pissed. And by the end of my explanation, she was blown away because I said to her, when you don't agree with your identity being what the universe gave you of unconditional love, of perfection in the process, of an innocent who makes mistakes, if you don't agree with that identity, you're not going to feel the support because it's not agreed upon. When you feel negative emotion, the universe is saying your idea of yourself is not agreed upon by me. It feels bad. It doesn't feel bad because the universe is telling you you're bad. It feels bad because you're not believing what the universe holds for you, which is that you're very good. So often there's a very big issue between universal reflection of us and parental agreement of that. When our parents shame us and we prove forever to our parents that we're good enough and we're finally owning what we believe God feels about us, if our parents still don't agree, we get real confused. We think, where's God? Parents aren't God, by the way. When you then get rejected at school, you're like, where's God? The kids at school that have free will aren't God, by the way. Where is God? How do I do this? This is an inside job, guys, and it's really hard to do when you wake up young. I was one of those people that woke up really, really young. And I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to figure this out? Why am I awake so young? And I have no support and no help. Now I believe it's because I had to really figure it out while I was young to be able to teach it when I'm still young enough to teach it. And live it. Live the example of it. That is the biggest teaching, isn't it? When you walk your talk and you just know yourself, you don't have to prove yourself. This is the goal. So how do we anchor that identity, that divine reflection, that divine identity? How do we do it? We got to look at our parents. We got to look at people and how much power we give their opinions. We have to look at the fact that the universe knows you're worthy. The universe knows you're worthy. It made you born worthy. Society chipped away at it, and society isn't built on God. It's not built on spiritual truth. It's built on societal ideals that tell you your authentic self is wrong. And when we don't feel a personalized sense of God within, we start to believe, maybe I am wrong. I got nowhere else to go. I got no other support. One of my clients told me I had to go back to the toxic people. I didn't have anyone else. I understand that when you're young, but when you're older, we can start to go into that incubation phase, which I think I put that video out already last week. And if I don't, it's coming. I can't remember. I don't know how these videos are scheduled. The incubation phase is a part of your life where you become really good alone, because you're never alone when you're with your truth and God. And you have to be willing to let go of people as your support to really rely on a higher power. And that's when your higher purpose filters in. So what do we do when we're angry at God? We look at our misperceptions about God. Is that God or is that your perception? When I told my client that God knows that you're worthy, and when you start to own the truth that you are worthy, you're not the wounds that were projected onto you by unhealed people and by a shitty society. When you start to believe your godliness, your truth, that you are here for a huge purpose, that you are here to serve others by serving your own needs first, your own unhealed wounds first. When you heal, you can heal others. When you can't heal yourself, who's going to listen to you? Right? So your work is to heal yourself by getting back to truth, by starting to, what's in the way of you believing you're good, of you believing you're worthy, of you believing who you truly are. You guys know I've been mentioning emotional rehab. It's open right now. We start March 1st. This is you literally looking at the mother wound, father wound, who these people are, who society is, and who your true identity is. Looking at the toxic relationship cycles and ending them to really find yourself. This is emotional rehab. If you guys have already done it, check out one of my on-demand courses. I highly suggest I Am Worthy for this work. I Am Worthy. I think it's almost half off when it's on demand. You might want to check that out if you've already done emotional rehab. This is really important work, because if you don't do this work, you're not going to be who you're supposed to be in this world, and you're not going to do the career you're meant to do, the purpose. So you have to do this work. You have to start to understand that the universe knows you're worthy. Anytime you think that the universe isn't supporting you or is thinking negative of you, that's a misperception. If you have questions on this, please send me a comment below and I will get back to you. If you have any questions about one of the courses, email me. It's right here, or just check out my website. Please check out my Instagram, my TikTok. I just started a TikTok, but Instagram, I've been there for a while. Check me out for my daily reels and info. Love you guys so much. This journey is the most sacred one you'll ever be on, so keep going. I'm always here for you, and I'll see you soon.